All right, man. All right, here we go, man. Another episode of Rockstar Reactions right here on Smutfree TV. It's your host, Rockstar 2800, the most hated, the most opinionated, the most underrated. You know the truth. Like, comment, subscribe right now. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel. Become a member. Also, follow Smutfree TV on Instagram. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know, we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap. All right, let's get into this, man. Rockstar reacts. WACK100 tries to bail out Keefe D, but didn't work. All right, man. So if you watched the Adam and Wack show this past week, Wack insinuated that he was bailing out. He was trying to bail out Keefe D. The bail amount for Keefe D is $750,000. In the state of California, you only got to pay about 10%. I think 10, 12. I don't. It varies, but Wack got a cool 100,000 to put up for Keefe. You know what I'm saying? But get this: these people are trying to figure out why Wack wants to bail out Keefe D. They're not comprehending. They want to know if he promised him something. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna get all into it. Y'all gonna see for yourself while we right here and we react to Rockstar reactions. Keefe D, WACK100 trying to bail out Keefe D. Y'all let me know what y'all think in these comments during and after. Let's get into it. This is interesting, right? Because it's like, who thought we was gonna see Wack on Law and Crime? Like, everybody sent me this today. Like, people couldn't believe, like, what is Wack doing on Law and Crime? But Wack is fully prepared for stuff like this. He's been doing all this talking, all this. You know what I'm saying? He's fully prepared for situations like this to address himself as a professional. You see how he changes. This Cash Jones. This wasn't Wack. This was Cash. All right, let's get into it though.
All right, so we've got Mr. Jones. Are we able to make him the largest person? Perfect. All right. Mr. Jones, I'm going to place you under oath.
Please raise your right hand. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this section shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Cash, C-A-S-H, Jones, J-O-N-E-S.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. WACK100 right here on Law and Crime. He didn't show up in court. He's doing the little Zoom thing. We're going to see what he got to say and how they grill this man on why he wants to help Keefe D.
Mr. Arnold, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, what was the amount that you paid for the bail bond premium in this case?
112,000. It was 15% of whatever the 750 was.
Okay, that's
$112,000 and some odd dollars.
$500, is that correct?
112,500, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So as y'all can see, percentage, the 10% of the 750 is 12,000, 12,500. He said 1125, something like that.
And you paid that out of your business?
Yes, sir.
And what's your business name, sir?
100 Entertainment.
And you're the sole owner of that business, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that business is a business license to do business in the state of Nevada.
Yes, sir.
And how long have you had that business?
Roughly 8 years, maybe.
And again, you used the proceeds from that business and you provided us with the documents showing that those amounts were taken from your business account. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How do you know Mr. Davis, sir?
I know him through passing. I know his son. I know him. We sat down and talked a few times. In general, about personal things. He was having this bout with cancer, and personal things, industry stuff. Just regular conversation. He's a He's always been a monumental guy in our community conversation. So, and I've helped several people in our community, whether it was funerals, whether it was for bail. In this situation, I know his cancer has been, I don't know if it's come out of remission or within speaking with his son. I know he's having an issue in there, so I'll let you help it in.
So he said he don't really know Keefe. He just know his son from talking to his son and all that. Then he said he's a pillar in our community and like WACK is just, then he brings up the cancer. So the cancer thing, I like WACK's. I like his, how he getting down because that's touching on something sensitive, right? So maybe the judge would be somewhat sensitive, empathetic to Keefe D having cancer, so WACK is playing on that. I'll see what he's doing.
Appreciate that, sir. Sir, are you deriving any benefit financially from Mr. Davis's release?
I know that.
All right, I have no further questions, John.
State cross-examination.
Yes, do you need me to stand at the podium because of the Blue Jeans aspect or?
All right, man. So we ain't even get to the good part yet. It's a lot going on, but we about to get back to it. You already know. We locked and loaded right here, smutfree TV.
What that means?
Sir, you're in the entertainment business, is that right?
That's one of my businesses, yes.
Sure. And you also go by the moniker WACK100?
Yes, I do.
And one of the things that you do is manage some artists like The Game and Blueface, etc.
Yes.
And where do you live?
I have a residence in California. I have multiple residences in California, Oklahoma, as well as New Jersey and New York.
Okay. And is it fair to say that the last 4 digits of your phone number are 6979?
6979.
All right. I want to turn your attention. We were provided a letter by Mr. Arnold that said that you had known Mr. Davis and his family for many years. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, they're a pillar of our community, especially the urban community.
Well, I think let me clarify. You said I have been a good friend of Mr. Davis and his family for many years. Is that right?
Well, I know his sister. I know him. I know his son.
When did you first meet Mr. Davis?
Oh. In passing, maybe about, 8 years ago, maybe.
When did you become good friends with Mr. Davis?
Good friends with a lot of people.
I'm sorry, when did you become good friends with Mr. Davis?
The day I met him, the day we shook hands. We come from our upbringing, we come from the opposite sides of the track. So, in my travels over the last 25 years of coming from the gang life and making my exit from being a gang banger, anybody that I meet that's willing to sit down with me and be cordial and be respectful, I'm going to consider a good friend.
All right, and so the other thing you say in the letter that Mr. Arnold provided to us is that the money is a gift and Mr. Davis is not obligated to repay. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Do you have any contract between you and Mr. Davis?
Not as of yet.
Okay. Do you have any financial agreement with Mr. Davis?
Not as of yet.
Do you have any financial agreement with his son?
No. I allowed him to come work for me.
See, they are trying to figure out what WACK is gaining from bailing him out. They want to know, do you have any agreements with these individuals? Do you have agreement with his son? Do you have agreement with him? They want to know, why are you bailing him out? What is benefiting you to do this? Like, and it's not making sense to a lot of people. But once again, for the streets, this is an L, because he's dealing with another snitch, another rat. And however you want to call it, you want to say free him, whatever. He's still telling. I don't care who's dead, who's not. Like, we know Keefe been telling for a minute on these podcasts, etc. And WACK comes to the rescue again for another snitch, another rat. Here we go.
That's what we want to do, to try to get him out the streets.
Now, so are there any stipulations that you have with Mr. Davis in order to put up this money for him?
Well, my stipulation with the bail bond, but I definitely want him to be on house arrest to protect my son.
Now, have you ever said you were thinking about getting Mr. Davis out with the stipulation that you do a series with him?
We've had talks and conversations just about what would be a series, as the VMF series, and just in question, in general conversation, talking about his life story. But I'm not in TV land, I'm in music. I don't do TV.
Okay.
I've never done a television show or any of that. I do music streaming, diverse stuff like that.
Okay, so I just want to be very clear about this. Have you ever stated that you planned on getting Mr. Davis out as long as he did a stipulation with you to do a television series with you?
Oh, I have said this story would be a very interesting story. As if Orlando Anderson's story would be a very interesting story.
Like that.
As if the BMS story, as if my story.
He's not even looking into the camera. He's not even talking to these people face to face. I don't know, unless they up there. I don't know. But is it me or he looking up?
We talk about it. Everybody talks about it. But again, that's not my lane. If that's what he chooses to do, then that's what he chooses to do. That's not what I do.
And you had mentioned earlier, you had agreed with me earlier that the last four digits of your phone number were 6979, correct?
6979, yes.
And you've had at least one conversation with Mr. Davis via jail calls, is that correct?
One call, yes. I spoke with him one time.
And as part of that time, you asked Mr. Davis whether or not he had signed the contract, is that right?
Yes, I did.
What contract was that?
His life rights contract. Somebody told me he had did a life rights deal, and I was asking them why didn't they come assist him.
And so you didn't ask him to send you his waiver of his life rights to you, have you?
Boy, WACK under fire. Look, he breathing hard. He looking around. He got to think super hard right now because he don't know if he slipped up. I wonder if he went through a lot of tapes or whatnot just to see if he said anything slipped up before coming in court today. Because right now they grilling him. They want to know why you bailing them out. What's your benefit of bread? What are you gaining? They want to know every angle possibly. Why?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, again, that's not my lane. That's not what I do. I do music.
And I'm gonna have to play some exhibits later, Your Honor. But in terms of if someone were to say that this money put up is not entirely for you, would that be the truth or a lie?
Say it again.
If someone were to say that the money provided here to bail Mr. Davis out is not from you, would that be the truth or a lie?
Be a lie.
Okay. If someone,
I didn't say the money. That's what you're saying?
yeah.
Saying I'm not the one providing the funds?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a lie.
If someone said you are being used as a front, would that be the truth or a lie?
That would be a lie.
If someone says you are a middleman in this transaction, would that be a truth or a lie?
That would be a lie.
If somebody said that there's a movie company putting up the money for you, would that be the truth or a lie?
What company?
A movie company.
No, that would be a lie.
Okay. So your testimony is you're not a middleman.
I'm not a what?
A middleman.
No, I have no contracts for any movie companies. I've never had a contract with a movie company. I've never done television. It's not my thing. I'm actually moving out of entertainment into the diaper business. I have a company called Incredible Diapers. I have
He just ran a commercial. Got a company called Incredible Diapers. But look, check this out. They are grilling him. They want to know where, why, when, how. They're not understanding. They calling him a middleman. They think he's a middleman. They think somebody is giving him the money to bail him out so they can do this show on behalf. So, like, WACK is getting grilled here right now in real life. No clubhouse.
contracts in Congo, Nigeria, Amazon, Walmart, and Kroger. So I'm really moving away from entertainment. These are things I can provide documents, MOUs, contracts for.
No, and I appreciate that, Mr. Jones. Your Honor, I think I'm going to have, I don't know how mechanically we want to do this. I have a video featuring Mr. Jones talking about the stipulations that he would require.
Let's do the interview.
Yes. And then I also have a couple of jail calls talking about signing a contract with Mr.
You just play them and then they will play from your computer and they will play through the speakers.
I think for this witness in particular,
So they got to play some jail calls.
Have you ever met Keefe?
I'm gonna stop it for a second.
Yeah.
Do you want to authenticate that?
it's gonna be
Live TV interview.
yeah. So you agree that you did a Vlad TV interview? Is that right?
I work for Vlad. I'm contracted to go to Vlad. I go there like every 2-3 months.
In fact, you did one about a month ago. Is that right?
1 or 2 ago, or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And I think Mr.
About
Arnold.
about 2-3 months ago. Yeah.
I think Mr. Arnold will stipulate that the person depicted as WACK100 is Mr. Jones.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I think we have foundation for the Vlad interview for 21. You may play.
So hold on, let's get it straight. So they on him. They're going over the Vlad interview that WACK just did. You know what I'm saying? WACK sat down with Vlad. What's so crazy is Vlad was very instrumental in the Keefe D arrest. They keep on going to Vlad as a point stop going. Let's not go to Vlad no more, okay, people? Because obviously they're going to use it in court against you. Anything with Vlad. So I don't know if WACK was prepared for that. Let's see.
His lawyer did an interview recently and said, Keefe is a liar. He made up all this stuff just to make some money for people like, me for interviews and to get out of a serious drug case. He was never in Las Vegas. All this is fake. And he's not connected to Tupac's murder at all. Yeah, I believe him. You believe him? Do I believe him? That's up to law enforcement. I'm not going to say. You got to fail. That's up to law enforcement. He's home in the next 5 days. I'm going to bet enough. You going to bail out Keefe? Yeah, he's only 75. Well, because the $1 million, well, I make 750. 750, so you got to put 35. Yeah, I've been thinking about going to get him and put the stipulations that I do the series on. People watching. Yeah.
Mr. Jones, did you hear that interview? Yeah, and it's fair to say that.
You understand, Vlad?
Wait, sir. You can answer my questions. I'm sure Mr. Arnold has questions for you. You can answer those. So it's fair to say that you said you would bail Mr. Davis out as long as he follows some stipulations, correct?
Well, that's just entertainment, Vlad.
Sir, my question it requires, sir.
So this is where they catch him up at. You know what I'm saying? And now he's saying it's just entertainment and all that. You was kind of talking too much on Vlad, and this is where people go wrong at, right?
My question simply requires a yes or no answer.
Hey, this lawyer, he ain't trying to hear nothing else from WACK. Yes or no? Simple. Stop trying to beat around the bush.
Did you tell, or did you say that you would bail out Mr. Davis, assuming he follows some stipulations?
What Vlad, me and Vlad discussed that. We was gonna say that, we discussed what we're gonna do before we interview, that everybody knows that about that.
And in fact, you said that you would bail him out in return for an agreement to do a series on Mr. Davis's life, correct?
That's what I said to Vlad, but PPD is already involved with somebody. With that, I believe with his book, I have no contracts with him, no dealings with him on that.
Okay, so you're saying what you said on, it's just not true.
We have, before you go on, Vlad, you have a discussion about what you're gonna talk about, what needs to be said, so we can drive the views. There's nothing about Vlad or nothing about YouTube that says that we're being truthful about what we're saying, we're entertaining. I'm just, being truthful with you. I do a lot of interviews. I do interviews every week on No Jumper, and we sit there and we BS about things, and we exaggerate things, or we make up things. But it's a view thing. They pay you for that.
Okay, so you are.
So WACK is saying that, from Vlad to No Jumper, everything is fake. We drive the views. We just talking crazy. Don't believe nothing we're saying.
Exaggerating or not telling the truth when you're on Vlad TV.
I mean, you see the number I gave wasn't accurate. I was gonna, that's what the conversation was. I would have gave you the accurate number if that's what it was.
All right, Your Honor, at this point, I would like to publish a jail call between Mr. Davis and Mr. Jones. It's from, sorry. In order to protect Mr. Jones' privacy, it's just the last four digits are 697.
No. Oh, excuse me. My last four is 6979. He's never called me direct. Somebody's always called me for him.
So we agree your last four are 697, correct?
No. My last 4 or 3, what are we saying? Because my last 3 is 979.
Yes, I would agree with that. I'm going to publish a call between Mr. Davis and Mr. Jones.
Okay.
What up, man?
Okay, right now they playing the phone call. It's kind of low, so try to put your ear to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I am. So WACK is talking about some type of deal. He's telling him this gonna set you up for the rest of your life, etc. I mean, I'm hearing beats and parts because it's kind of far away. But WACK, his face from Keefe, did they mess up or what? Because it seems like, he's not too fond of what he's listening to, what he's hearing. Maybe he shouldn't have talked this much with Keefe D. Maybe he's kind of regretting it right now.
So, let me tie in to these big wigs why they got pumped up and amped up and to attach the right name to it. And then at the end of the day, we got the book. The book is pretty much our guide keep, script form, and let it run out the back up. Probably just started the first two, and get that first kid done. By the time, once the season starts, once we do that, or around that, we good. Say again? Yeah, but now this ain't about no views, this is about, so we don't say nothing 15 years being arrested. That's how. Yeah, we ain't fuck us, you going, yeah, I know, because you got.
What if you could upload one?
Yeah, so I don't know what's really going on. They playing the audio from the jail, and it just seemed like Wack is kind of saying stuff, but just talking. I can't really say he's promising him anything.
Story, you got Red Lane story, no story, Summer Day, Jeff shit. You got all kinds of shit up in there. So we got these places for the episode. I'm doing my citizens. None of the little people want to touch it, they can. So I have to reach out in it and call my people. They ready, they call it in. If they did, I submitted your wife's address because I guess 58 said they want a house address. So I can get blue face to say, right, so, and they got to register the address. Yeah, they got to register the address. So I said that over there. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm just waiting on a knuckle in. Yeah, I told you that, man, listen, how many times with one call that, it's supposed to be getting out, that's it, I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? I can't be your own only you. 50 years old, everything's different. Don't say it ain't what it was. Yeah. I got all the pieces in order on my head. I've been on getting ads every day. I've been on the thing.
Oh, Wack is saying I got all the pieces in order on my end. And I've been calling him every day, asking him. I've been calling pressing. So this is insinuating that he has something ready for Keefe D if he gets out of jail or if he bails him out. So this is what the DA and the attorneys are trying to pinpoint.
Somebody come home with it, come get it. And every day, every day you should be doing something that moves up closer to the ground. That'll get you out and then just sit down and talk about all that. If we get the fuck out of here, so I can just wear it up and take care of it. This last week, and I look crazy to the people. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? All right, so much. 2 times today, 2 times. Okay, 2 times. Oh, sorry, this morning. All right, well, come to me.
So, Your Honor, I understand Mr. Davis is part of that conversation, is part of it here, so I can provide a copy to the court wants to hear, because particularly the last end, they're talking about whether or not Mr. Davis has signed the contract, and Mr. Davis confirms that he has signed the contract.
Have you provide a list of all your existing? Yes, sir.
Sign the contract before you raided my house, all that stuff.
Okay.
State has another exhibit to play,
Are there any questions you wanted to ask?
but nothing for,
Okay, anything further for Mr. Jones?
No.
Mr. Arnold, any questions you want to ask Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Jones, do you remember the conversation that you had with, Mr. Davis by telephone?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell us in regards to the conversation, generally, what were you all discussing?
Well, the father was having a troubling time getting a hold of the wife. And unless they had a home, we can go to the house arrest. They wasn't moving. I also had, discussed with DVD that in fact he'll get read his book, right? And that upon him coming home, he comes home, we can go over his book and some things that could be done to really do those things. At the time, everybody has to realize is that I wasn't given any instructions on, I couldn't have an open conversation with him. Open conversation is open conversation. Something that hasn't been done is something that hasn't been done.
Okay. And in that jail phone calls, it talks about something about a contract. Did you and KPD have any contract?
What it was TPD had a vehicle, a very known vehicle, that I was trying to get to, and it's on the East Coast. It was some title problems. I found the owner of the vehicle. That guy told me what I needed to do if I wanted to obtain this vehicle. So our conversation is all over the place in there. At the end of the day, I don't do television. If it's something that I may look into one day, possibly. I have artists that have a history. But as of today, right now, as we sit, I have no contract with him. I have no television deal with any network. I'm a business guy. So of course, it was a thought. But a thought versus being with the legitimate businesses is two different things.
Do you have anything in writing that states that you will derive any benefit from KPD's release and his story?
No.
It sounds like eventually you and KPD may sit down and have a conversation. Was that the intent of that discussion?
That's exactly what it is. I can plant a seed. I planted seeds. It took 10 years ago. But positioning yourself for the near future, that's how I conduct my business. What it is today, there's no business today.
Right. And then in regards to the conversation that you had with Vlad, who's Vlad?
Vlad is a podcast guy. He's a blogger. Bloggers. I blog every week. I blog every Thursday.
Nigga said, who's Vlad? This nigga say he a blogger. Say he blog every week. Now you blog every week. You a blogger, Wack?
There's a little jumper. And it's a shame that the world takes what we blog about as if it's real. Like it's things that about me on the internet, down to fights that's not me fighting, and they say it's me. So, at the end of the day, it's astounding to me that I'm allowed to be admitted in court when it's just that. It's just entertainment.
Well, I think
Playing a role.
I think the purpose of them introducing it into evidence was that the statement in regards to stipulations, if he was to receive $75,000, which was not the bail amount, what were those stipulations? Prior to your interview with Vlad, did you have any stipulations that you had entered into with Mr. Davis?
I haven't even talked to Mr. Davis. So again, it was just a blog and interview that I had. I hadn't spoken to him since he had been arrested. So it was just me talking. He asked a question, I built on the question. When you gotta sit there 2-3 hours, you stretch a conversation, you say whatever you gotta do to keep the back and forth going on. That's what it is, no more, no less. And at the end of the day, maybe these people should start telling us you're under oath about everything you're about to say, because before we go in the room, they say, hey, let's go in here for the show. And that's what we do.
One last question. I believe it was in the Vlad interview, and additionally, you may mention it today. Did you become aware of Mr. Davis signing some life rights away in regards to his story?
Individuals told me this. I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody had told me, I guess, where he did the book with. I believe the book's been published for, I don't know, 3 to 5 years.
What's up?
I had anything to do with it, but they had told me maybe whoever had something to do with the book had something to do with it. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it.
So you haven't seen any documentation in regards to Mr. Davis signing his life rights away but you were made aware of that prior to going ahead and giving up this bail money.
The
Is
WACK was
that correct?
glitching.
That's correct.
And again, you're giving up this bail money in a hope that maybe you can have a sit-down conversation with him and discuss a series or something like this.
When it's all said and done, because the outcome of the situation, is really what's gonna dictate. You know what I mean? I believe, Mr. Davis is innocent, but if the outcome of the situation, shows something any different, and then he's confined, and he is guilty of what they say he's guilty of, then it changes the whole scenario. But if the man is innocent, then, why not? And at that point in time, there's no stipulation to it.
And so when you say the outcome of the situation, if you had any deal with Mr. Davis, this would be a deal that would be done after the completion of the trial.
But it would have to be, you couldn't go no other way. Couldn't go any other way, because if he's guilty, then it's like, he's gonna be looked upon a certain way. If he's innocent, as I think he is, as I know him to be, understanding the case, and he'll be looked at a total different way, and then, yeah, he deserves the right to have somebody that will do some things for him.
I have no further questions,
Thank you for listening.
Okay, look, so I was told after this, they told me to fast forward to about 44 minutes where they concluded. So let's go to that.
Wells Fargo.
So, WACK got on there to defend himself because he's in questioning about why he wants to bail out Keefe D. And then right here is the conclusion, I guess. I think they're saying no bueno. So let's see.
Ms. Mercer, do you have anything from Mr. Ewing on this matter, or are we still waiting for him?
I took him with a text message in my house on that.
Okay. Let us know, there's just, some special combination that may come. Are we?
You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this section shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Dwayne Keith Davis,
Could you spell it?
D-A-V-I-S.
And D.
Dwayne, D-U-A-N-E.
And E. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Davis.
Okay.
Oh, and Mr. Arnold can ask questions of Mr. Davis.
And Mr. Davis, you heard the conversation between your wife and you while you were in custody.
Yes, sir.
And when did that conversation happen?
This happened, I think the day of my birthday, June 14th.
At that point, was the bond posted?
And to have a further hearing, or I can void the bail, and so that would go back to Mr. Jones. So
Thursday and bank statements,
I don't have them.
the bill department is here, he's on the Zoom. I have to give up 6 months of bank statements.
We did send those over to the court, Your Honor. You didn't have them.
Showing you what I
I
have.
just want to show you that whatever you told me, that's the exaggerated.
Mr. Jones, hold on.
I also turned in one of my properties.
Mr. Jones, hold on. We also sent.
Correct. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
You guys have it.
Do you have any?
Yes, Mr. Arnold provided, 6 months of banking records.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm the bail agent. On this matter, I could testify if necessary on regards to the source of the funds.
That's who was whispering this. That was for real. Somebody else.
All right, I'll review the bank records additionally, and then ultimately issue a minute order regarding the bank records if that satisfies my first concern. I don't know that it will necessarily satisfy my second concern, but I'll address it all in the minute order, okay? All right, it'll be under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
What do I mean? No.
Mr. Arnold can explain it to you. Ultimately, I have to review more documents to determine if that shows what Mr. Jones says it shows.
Oh, okay.
Page 8.
Oh, so he didn't get denied. They're going through more documents. You know what I'm saying? They're very concerned, on why WACK is doing this. It's raising a lot of eyebrows, I guess. This is crazy, man. What y'all think? Y'all let me know what y'all think. This probably been one of the longest reactions I ever had. It's definitely well worth it, right? WACK100 trying to bail out Keefe D. I mean, it's a lot going on in this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying about this video. What y'all think? Is WACK wrong for bailing them out? Is WACK wrong for dealing with another snitch? Is Keefe D wrong for running to WACK for help? Like, what is Keefe D willing to give up in return to get bailed out? Like, we'll never know, I guess. We'll let it unfold. Time will tell. But y'all let me know what y'all think in these comments. Like, comment, subscribe, become a member right now. Smutfree TV, Rocstar Reactions. It's your host with the most from the West Coast, Rocstar 2800. The most hated, the most underrated, the most opinionated. Y'all know the truth. Like, comment, subscribe, become a member. Also follow Smutfree TV on Instagram. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap.